Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. U.S. President Donald Trump has dismissed Iran's response to a proposal by Washington to end the war as totally unacceptable. According to reports from Iranian state media, Tehran sent a counter-proposal through Pakistani mediators, which included several high-stakes demands. While a ceasefire agreed last month largely remains in place, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Mike Waltz said a diplomatic resolution to end the war is being pursued, with Trump giving diplomacy every chance. Adding to this pressure, in an interview on the news magazine show Full Measure released Sunday, Trump said that combat operations may not be entirely over. He noted that while Iran is defeated, the U.S. could still carry out strikes for 2 more weeks to hit remaining targets, claiming that approximately 70% of intended objectives have been completed so far. National Security Advisor Ri Song-nak has strongly condemned last week's attack on a South Korean container ship stranded in the Strait of Hormuz. Speaking to reporters on Monday, Ri said any attack on a civilian ship cannot be justified or allowed. He added that Seoul will continue its efforts to join an international move to guarantee the safety of all vessels and freedom of navigation. The government has identified a set of attacks by unidentified aircraft as the cause of the recent fire on the cargo vessel. The authorities are still learning details about the attack, such as the launch origin. South Korea is launching a second round of cash payments from next Monday to help Korean citizens hit by rising fuel prices amid the Middle East crisis. The program targets the bottom 70% of income earners, which is roughly 36 million people. Eligible residents who live in the Seoul metropolitan area will receive 100,000 won, or roughly $68, while those in rural areas with declining populations may receive up to 250,000 won. Eligibility is strictly tied to health insurance payments for March, and those with high-value assets or significant financial income will be excluded. This initiative comes after a 26 trillion won extra budget was recently approved by the National Assembly to stabilize the economy. Rising uncertainty in global energy supply due to the ongoing Middle East conflict could drive South Korean consumer prices significantly higher than typical oil price shocks. The Korea Development Institute reported on Monday that oil price hikes driven by shipping disruptions have doubled the impact on consumer inflation compared to supply-demand imbalances or production cuts. While a standard 10% rise in Dubai crude typically pushes consumer prices up by 0.11 percentage points, the same increase triggered by transport uncertainty leads to a 0.20 percentage point jump. Under a prolonged high oil price scenario where Dubai crude remains around $105 per barrel, KDI warns that consumer inflation could rise by 1.6 percentage points this year and 1.8 percentage points in 2027. Chip heavyweights powered the KOSPI to yet another record close Monday, with the benchmark index ending 4.32% higher at 7,822.24. Just 3 trading days after breaking through 7,000 for the first time, the index is already nearing 8,000, with strong buying momentum triggering a buy-side sidecar shortly after opening. Powered by the rally, Korea's total stock market capitalization topped 7,000 trillion won, approximately $4.7 trillion for the first time ever Monday. The market's rapid climb came just 8 trading days after it first surpassed 6,000 trillion won. The country's 2 chip giants once again dominated the rally, making up roughly 4/5 of the KOSPI's gains. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.